Charles L. Ashley III. I'm the marketing specialist for Bernco County, aka the film guy.
The film guy.
Yes,
How'd you get that, nickname, the film
the
guy?
the film guy because Bernco County didn't have a film department prior to this year. Everyone else had a film department or whatnot, so they brought me in to create, develop, and establish a film department.
As the film guy,
Okay.
getting back to really what this interview is all about,
Yeah.
the film guy, how did they just, obviously this a commission and the commissioners
Yeah.
have the forethought, I've been saying it all day long, is that they had the forethought to actually make a position and an office that specifically was needed.
Yeah, yes.
And they saw the need and they filled it, which is not what government usually does.
We all
they
know
just
that.
put they just put people that don't know what the hell they're doing sometimes in a position. How did you and what did you bring to this office?
Well, when initially in my interviews, the fact that I had my own consulting firm for 10 years, I know I look young, but I had it for 10 years where we took
You look like you're 12. but
restaurants,
just to let you know.
I wish, restaurants, nightclubs, we started doing restaurants and nightclubs and eventually expanded into actually promoting, conducting, and organizing events, big
Okay.
events out in Las Vegas, Houston, Denver, and a couple in Seattle.
Okay.
With that experience, I believe my boss, Daniel Gutierrez, really believed that I could come in and not just start a different office, but actually come in and bring something to the table. Meaning, I'll come in and not just start the office, but I'm shooting for the top. I prefer us to come in and actually get things done than just to come and sit at a desk.
Well, this is new thinking.
Yeah.
And this is really new thinking. And this is how Albuquerque and Bernalillo County is actually differentiating themselves. And I
Definitely.
talk a lot about branding. And
Exactly.
and like Albuquerque and Bernalillo County is a brand that needs to be put out there.
Yeah.
And you guys are differentiating yourself by actually making things new here.
Mm-hmm.
You're kind of changing things that actually are needed to be changed. And it's obvious by you, like this event,
Yeah.
doing it here, and you're the film guy.
Well,
and
it wasn't coincidence. The
obviously
the
it was
fact
done
that-
on purpose.
The fact that a lot of times our community, they try to separate film from small business, but in actuality, small business and film it's the same thing. If a person is designing sets, or a lighting grip company, or someone who's helping out with the distribution of something, that's a small
a
business.
jewelry company too.
Jewelry
Like
company.
people don't even know
Rex Lumber, all these type of
Yeah.
businesses are small business. So I'm trying to educate people and say, don't discriminate against the film industry. Look at them as a partner because they're a small business also. And bringing people here to the studios, you show them the atmosphere, and then you start to meet people that like Meredith Baxter, where she's like, wow. She's small business, but she works for NBC Universal. Yes,
Right.
she works for NBC Universal, but she's a small business owner who happens to design sets for movies or provide props or whatnot. So
Well, and
bringing them
I
here
really
really helps.
And you brought up a really good point because people have to start thinking how they can improve
Yes.
on certain things. Don't be a hater, and don't be negative,
Definitely.
right?
Definitely.
And really look at things like the film industry or new media or whatever. I hear it all the time. I'll say, well, I specialize in branding and new media, and they go, well, I can't do the internet. I'm not. Well, you know what? Don't say I can't. Say I can, and be a New Mexican and not a New Mexican.
Do you know what the funny thing? The funny thing about new media is that technically it's not new media. What we need to do is people who embrace the media, internet, social networking. We need to start educating everyone and inform them instead of going the conventional route, newspapers, news.
When was the last time you actually read a newspaper?
If I say that, I may no longer hold my job.
Okay.
So I plead the fifth.
Okay, you're allowed to plead the fifth
new-
if it's job concern.
Okay. Reddit. So the new thing I believe is to promote, advertise, and brand yourself online. Meaning, to me, which is why this segment right here is such a great thing, because this is what you guys do. You're online. You're tapping out to the people in the masses. And you're reaching people not just in Albuquerque. Not just
What
in
are
Santa
you
Fe, but
doing
you're out there?
What are you personally doing? Okay, now I'm gonna get
Okay.
get personal with you. What are you personally doing
Not too
to
personal.
help? Shut up. But what are you doing personally in your job as the film guy? What are you doing to help to educate and to get people online and to educate
out there
about?
Well, one of the first things that our goal when I first came in was to actually create an updated website that we have, because with government standards, you have to use the same government template or whatnot. But we're trying to get different bylaws passed where we can establish our own website. Where now my goal is to say, okay, we have this Film Bernco website, and on that Film Bernco website, I would have someone like a upublic, a Gwen Savage. We would have YouTube clippings. We would have all types of things that go on for the new lots of streaming going on that people can start to access. I'm trying to I don't like paper trails. And new media is that's about a minimal amount of paper you can use, and I believe that's the best way.
It's the greenest form
the
of
greenest
media.
form, and the best way for us to start educating people about Albuquerque and Bernalillo County is the fact that we can create a website, a web page where people can go to, an interactive web page. I want it to where people can go in, leave me a question, leave our staff a question. We can answer the question. They can go in. We want a live blog.
And we're going to be doing stuff in the future here anyway, doing live stuff, and you'll be able to chat live. You'll be able to answer questions. I'll be able to answer questions.
On top of, we want to add trailers of all the films that actually come in here to Bernalillo County, so people can have an idea of what's going on without waiting for it to come to the movie theater. You can see it. You can say, "Wow, I did not know Terminator 4 was here." And you're gonna get an extensive, extended trailer.
Yeah, I didn't know about Terminator 4 until Matthew said it.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Wow, that's kind of cool."
Yeah, and we have that.
How do we find out about that?
Our
stuff?
interactive newsletter we're sending out now. That's a new idea that we brought to the table. Where we send out newsletter, and then our whole agenda for the next newsletter is from our feedback from the previous one.
Well, see, now that's new thinking.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're
and
tapping into that community.
Too.
We definitely want to tap into the community. So,
awesome.
And go from there.
Charles,
Rocco,
thank you so much.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Awesome.